Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video where I unpack the label of Christian agnostic. I know that there's a lot of people out there who hear that and they misinterpret it, for their own, ego's gain, being that they fear what they don't understand, which is totally normal. But I want to unpack it for you in that there's more than one definition, being that one person will have a definition for it, the others will have a different definition for it, um and so I kind of want to unpack found online, and I want to share with you it and why it makes sense to me, and therefore kind of clearing the air for anybody who was kind of, misinterpreting or kind of feeling misled by me coming out as a Christian agnostic. So I turn you to the site that I'm on, and okay, so this was done by a guy named Leslie D. Weatherhead, and he has a book called The Christian Agnostic, which as soon as I found this, I was like, okay, I definitely need to get that book. But this is this is basically the definition that I go by, when it comes to where I'm at spiritually. So a Christian agnostic is a person who is immensely attracted by Christ and who seeks to show his spirit to meet the challenges, hardships, and sorrows of life in the light of that spirit, but who, through he or she is sure of many Christian truths, feels that he or she cannot honestly and consciously sign on the dotted line, that he or she believes certain theological ideas about which some branches of the church dogmatize. His or her intellectual integrity makes him or her say about many things, it may be so, I don't know. And then if you go down further, this part I actually read a little bit, but now looking at it, I actually agree with it as well. It says, I am a Christian agnostic in the sense that I feel drawn to the Christian message, and I feel that in Christianity, religion reaches its maturity in the person of Jesus. Yet I also feel that some of Christian doctrine is vague, wrong-headed, implausible, and perhaps even wrong. Therefore, I am perfectly fine with saying I do not see the evidence for doctrine such and such, so I will abstain from believing it, and this is where Christian agnosticism finds its home. And then let me scroll down. No, now it's just comments. So basically, what that means is that you can be someone who is drawn to the Christian message and drawn to, the character of Jesus and everything, but you also understand that there's more than just one church of Christ. There's the Christian, there's the Bible church, there's Catholics, there's Protestants, there's Lutherans, there's Seventh-day Adventists. The list goes on and on and on. And what's actually, this is a very good example, and I think I shared this in a past video I did. I used to witness downtown for the church that I grew up in and went to school at. It was a church school, and I was witnessing to people, and the way that we did it was, in my eyes, the good way to do it. At the time, I thought it was. And then you see other quote-unquote Christians, quote-unquote, who basically do the same thing we do, but they do it in a different way. And the kicker is, and the thing that makes me, kind of slightly do a laugh, is that they both profess to believe in the same God. A Christian and a Baptist will profess to believe in the same God when it comes to messaging to people, yet you'll see them do it in a very different way. And I feel like they should do it in the same way. And that's where there are people who find some Christian doctrine vague, wrong-headed, implausible, and perhaps even wrong. You know, this is basically where I'm at. A lot, and this is another misinterpretation of the phrase agnosticism, especially when you place with Christianity, is that a lot of people think that you can't be a Christian agnostic. Either you're a Christian or you're agnostic. Agnosticism is more tied to atheism. And in some senses, that is true. But in other senses, it can be tied with Christianity. I'm going to go back to something I talked about in one of my previous videos, where I mentioned Richard Dawkins' line diagram, where he drew a line and you had the numbers 1 through 7. And people who are number ones are people who passionately believe that there is a God and that there's no way to heaven except through him, and they give all these evidence and proof that this is the case, and they're passionate about converting lost souls to that. And then sevens are basically people who are for certain that there is no God, and they're equally as passionate, but they're spreading the gospel of there is no God and all that. A lot of people think that you have to be 1 or 7. But the truth is that there's still the numbers 2 through 6. So basically, you have you look at a 6, and a 6 is someone who is convinced of his atheism, but he's open-minded to being proven wrong. Like they're straight up like there are some atheists who are just straight up atheists who believe that there's no God and they're passionate. But then there are atheists who are more agnostic, where they don't believe there is a God. Well, it's more of a lack of a belief that there's no God, but they're open-minded to being proven wrong. There's a difference there. The same could be said for somebody of the Christian faith. You can have someone, regardless of what sect of Christianity they belong to, where they believe that there is only one God, Jesus, and that they passionately do that, and they believe everything and anything that there is to know about the Bible and God. And then you have people who believe in the same God and believe in the Christian message, but some of the doctrine they question because of how it's written, but also how it's interpreted, and some of what has been read has been misinterpreted, to where there's modern day Pharisees, wolves in sheep's clothing, Christians going around claiming that in order to show the love of God you have to show hate. God wants our help and everything, and and it's like God doesn't need our help. He just wants us to partner with him in his kingdom come, which is here. And so that's kind of this is just a video just so I can clarify just what exactly is going on and everything. So yeah, so that's it. That's the video, and as always, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, and as always, thanks for watching.